delicious.
I thought you were gonna do G.A.M.E.R. Oh, I see. What does Gamer stand for then? If it's your podcast. I definitely don't think that is what it stands for. For those of you typing hate in the comments right now, I'll tell you, it stands for Gaming as a Multi-Platform Entertainment Recreation. I explained that like a while ago. It was like right during the rebrand. Like it was during that time. It was a long time ago. I did it in like the channel update video or whatnot. Yeah. I am very sick right now. Austin, it's time to lock it up. I really haven't gotten sick ever since like the pandemic started, so this is like the first time. It's kind of crazy. But I have some cinnamon toast crunch afterwards. Needed. This one's needed. You're probably not gonna get like a more important podcast than this one for a while, because yeah. So we're just gonna get into it because there's a lot to talk about. I don't know how long this is gonna go. I have a feeling we're just gonna like go and then completely ignore time, and next thing you know, we've been talking 3 hours about this one subject. But anyway, I'll go ahead and tell you what this guy's is. So welcome to Gamer Unite, and today, well actually yesterday, I know it's a little late, but I kind of became sick and a lot of things happened. Dog had a seizure, all like bad stuff. But anyway, today or yesterday, in my opinion, I don't know how Austin. I personally think this is the biggest gaming news, debatably, of all time. If it's not the biggest, it's one. It's in the top 3 for sure. They're like 100%. It's in the top 3, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, Xbox. It's still surreal to me. Has acquired Activision Blizzard. Bruh. For $68.7 billion. And just to put that into retrospect, Nintendo is worth $63 billion. Xbox paid a Nintendo to acquire Activision and Blizzard. What? I can't even wrap my head around it. Last week, Take-Two acquired Zynga, a mobile studio, for $12 billion. That was the record for biggest acquisition of gaming, right? Fast forward a week, Xbox drops a 68er bomb. Bro, what? So yeah, right off the back, That's a lot of money, right? We can already establish that that is a lot of money. Biggest gaming acquisition in history. That's like just factual. Like that's not like opinion, but that like it just is the biggest acquisition in gaming history. Um, is it the most exciting one? I'm gonna have to say no. I actually think Bethesda was more exciting than this one is. Um, but this one I think will have the biggest impact on the industry and the biggest outcome in terms of the future for Xbox. I think that's for sure. The reason I say this is not the most exciting is because when I look at the IPs that Activision Blizzard has versus what Bethesda have, I like the IPs a lot more in Bethesda. That's just me personally, because there are some IP that I don't like truly love in Activision Blizzard, but they're all iconic for sure. I think they're all very important. But yeah, I mean, this is just absolutely insane. Like this is what no one expect. People were expecting Sega, Capcom, Square Enix, right? And we got this instead, and it's crazy because Phil Spencer, like a month ago or last year or sometime, posted that he is reevaluating his relationship with Activision Blizzard due to the culture. You know, the allegations of, well, I don't know if it's even allegations anymore. I think like I'm pretty sure like it's actual thing. Like Activision has been doing harsh working environments for all their employees, and sexual harassment, sexual abuse, right? So when Phil Spencer said this was right around the time Jim Ryan also said the same thing, and so everyone thought like, yo, they are not on good terms. Next thing you know, Phil Spencer pulls the miracle that he always does, and he just acquires him. he just whips out the wallet, and here we go. It's yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah, a part in here that I want to talk about is actually the culture of this acquisition in terms of the working environment of all employees. That's something I do want to touch on in this podcast, but we'll do that later because I mean we got to talk about this. We got to talk about what this means for Xbox, what excites us about this, what future ramifications will this hold, and how is Xbox going to adapt to having such, dare I say, like a giant in the industry, right, under their belt. And first off, I like to say Xbox now has 33 plus studios. So there is no exact number, unfortunately, because Activision Blizzard are very weird. But in terms of actual game studios that develop games, we now have 33. 33 studios. That is more studios than any company has ever had. At least a big company. There's like this one PC company, like I think it's Tencent or something, who has like 100 studios, but they're all for like PC. They're all like small studios. This is like 33 possibly AAA studios under one wing. And so in absolutely incredible number. If you look here with the Activision Blizzard acquisition, Xbox Game Studios now has Treyarch, Raven, High Moon, Beanox, Sledgehammer Games, Infinity Ward, Demonware, Toys for Bob. They also have Blizzard Entertainment, which I don't know why that one's not on here, and King. Here's a better picture in my opinion. This one doesn't have Demonware. I'll get to that in a second. This one did, but this one with the Activision Blizzard, they get Treyarch, Raven, High Moon, Infinity Ward, Toys for Bob, Beanox, Sledgehammer Games, Blizzard Entertainment, and King. So what's the reason I say 33 plus, and what's the reason I said Demonware is not on here? Well, so Activision Blizzard are very weird. They have a lot of support studios. If you guys don't know what that is, it's not studios that will ever make their own games. Maybe Xbox will turn them into that, which would be amazing. More studios for them. But they are mainly for support, at least with Activision, including Demonware, Radical Gaming. I'm pretty sure there's another one. There's a lot that we're actually going to get into. I'm going to read an article from Phil Spencer himself, his announcement of the um, acquisition. So I know I've just been talking, but there's like a lot to talk about. But I'll let Austin. What do you think? What's just your general thoughts on like how big this is and what does it mean for Xbox and what is your reaction to 33 plus studios? Publisher. Well, no, Activision's a company. Um, cause like Ubisoft is a company, but Ubisoft's a publisher. So yeah, no company. Blizzard, on the other hand, is a studio. Blizzard's a studio. Yes, 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 yeah. The highest revenue. Yeah, the highest revenue. I agree. I agree. You just said they're like trying to get back to the level of the original. Um, in terms of games, I do agree. I think they're like just about where they were, but as a company, I think they're far beyond that now. They are completely far. Yeah. hmm I don't know. Maybe once they buy every company. Anyway. Um. So yeah. Um. So yeah, you brought up some good points, but I don't want to like really get into anything yet because I just want to cover like all the like basics right now. Go over what Phil Spencer said, and then we can start talking about franchises, individual studios, all that stuff. What it means for the culture. What's next, of course. So let me. This might take a while. So you're probably gonna be quiet for a little while as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and read what Phil Spencer had to say about this because this gives a lot of good information on what Xbox plans on doing as a company, not really with like games or anything. Well, actually, no. He actually does mention a lot of like exciting things to come. So anyway, Phil Spencer on this is like on news.xbox.com. Welcoming the incredible teams and legendary franchises of Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming. By Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Creators of Call of Duty, Warcraft, meaning World of Warcraft, Candy Crush, Tony Hawk, Diablo, Overwatch, Spyro, Hearthstone, Spyro, whatever. It's Spyro. Um, Spyro, Hearthstone, Guitar Hero, Crash Bandicoot, StarCraft, and more join Team Xbox. um, I think the best franchise right there is Guitar Hero. No cap. Anyway, yo, Guitar Hero is pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. Well, you gotta hear it. You gotta hear the article. All right. Um. So Phil Spencer goes on to say, as a team, we are on a mission to extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. We all know that gaming is the most vibrant and dynamic form of entertainment worldwide. Facts. And we've experienced the power of social connection and friendship that gaming makes possible. Straight facts. As we pursue that mission, it is incredibly exciting to announce that Microsoft has agreed to acquire Activision Blizzard. Over many decades, the studios and teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned vast well springs of joy and respect from billions of people all over the world. We are incredibly excited to have the chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Beanox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. I'll just stop right. So we were just talking about these studios not too long ago. So yeah, Activision Publishing. That's not really developed. It's just obviously publishing. Activision, right? Blizzard Entertainment is a studio. Beanox is a studio. Demon Warrior, I'm pretty sure, is a support team. Digital Legends is also a support team. High Moon Studios is a studio, obviously. Infinity Ward is a studio. King is a studio. Major League Gaming, I'm not quite sure about that. I'm not exactly sure like if that's a support or if that's like an accessory producer. I'm not really sure. Did they acquire MLG? I mean, it actually kind of sounds like that. Radical Entertainment is a support studio as well, I'm pretty sure. Raven Software is a studio. Sledgehammer Games is a studio. Toys for Bob is a studio. And Trex is a studio. So, yeah, there is quite a few supports in there. But anyway, this is where it starts getting to the important stuff right here. Until this transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Gaming will continue to operate independently. Once the deal is complete, the Activision Blizzard business will report to me as CEO, Microsoft Gaming. Upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass. Both new titles and games from Activision Blizzard's incredible catalog. We also announced today that Game Pass now has more than 25 million subscribers. As always, we look forward to continuing to add more value and more great games to Game Pass. The fantastic franchises across Activision Blizzard will also accelerate our plans for cloud gaming, allowing more people in more places around the world to participate in the Xbox community using phones, tablets, laptops, and other devices you already own. Activision Blizzard games are enjoyed on a variety of platforms, and we plan to continue to support those communities moving forward. As a company, Microsoft is committed to our journey for inclusion in every aspect of gaming, among both employees and players. We deeply value individual studio cultures. We also believe that creative success and autonomy go hand in hand with treating every person with dignity and respect. We hold all teams and all leaders to this commitment. We're looking forward to extending our culture of proactive inclusion to the great teams across Activision Blizzard. Around the world, there is no more exciting venue for fun and connection than video games, and there has never been a better time to play than right now. As we extend the joy and community of gaming to everybody, we look forward to welcoming all of our friends at Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming. So, it's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of good information, a lot of questions. So let's go ahead and run through it. So let's start with the until this transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Gaming will continue to operate independently. Once the deal closes, the Activision Blizzard business will report to me as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. So this deal is massive. We've already established that. $68.7 billion, right? They have already basically confirmed that this deal will not finalize until fiscal year of 2023. For Xbox, that is from June to next year's June, right? So this deal could finalize this June, but it also could finalize next June. So we really don't know when this deal will finalize. All we know is that it's going to happen eventually, right? So the two companies will work independently. Activision will keep on doing their thing until officially required. Then everybody will be under basically Phil Spencer's command. Yeah, basically. So one of the big things is people hate Bobby Kotick. I think I said his name right. Bobby Kotick. Man is trash, man. Like, get him out of here. He is a terrible person, right? The way he's been working Activision, like from just a development side of things, is just terrible. And obviously, the way he's been treating employees and everything is also really, really bad. So everyone's thought when reading that is once the deal closes, Bobby Kotick is out. And I'm pretty confident that is what's going to happen from a business standpoint and from just a overall community standpoint. I think this is the best move for both. Why keep the head of Activision when truly the head is Phil Spencer, right? It makes no sense. And so I'm pretty sure he's going to have an exit as soon as this deal closes, which is fantastic news. Do you have anything to say about that? I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. 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 I agree. Yeah. Um yeah, absolutely. Um I'm going to go ahead and skip the paragraph about Game Pass cuz we're going to talk about that later. Um I do want to um go cuz as we're on the topic of kicking out bad people and the culture, let's just move into the culture. So I love what Phil Spencer says here. Like this to me is a subtle way and a soft way of saying what's going on with Activision and Blizzard and how he intends to fix it without, straight up saying, sexual harassment, sexual abuse. We need to make people better. It's a nice way of saying it. As a company, Microsoft is committed to our journey for inclusion in every aspect of gaming among both employees and players. Absolutely agree. I think part of the awesome part of gaming is not only can it be enjoyed by employees, developers, but also by players. And Activision and Blizzard have made that pretty not like doable in their environment. We deeply value individual studio cultures. We also believe that creative success and autonomy go hand in hand with treating every person with dignity and respect. Absolutely. I think I think Phil like put this perfectly. Like we want everyone to be creative and succeed in their own ways, right? We want everybody to treat people with respect and dignity. This is what we need. This is absolutely what we wanted to hear. We hold all teams accountable and all leaders to this commitment. Part of the thing that is a big takeaway from this is yes, Microsoft has a lot of money, right? They just bought Activision Blizzard. But I think what go what are you what oh I see. Um, but not only does obviously this prove that Xbox is all in on gaming, I think this proves that Xbox is not afraid of taking bold risks and bold moves, and that they are capable of having great leadership among the industry and a ton of studios, tons of developers, right? The the immense pressure and the possible consequences of doing something like this is it could be catastrophic. It could be. I mean, for instance, we saw what happened with Activision Blizzard. They went so far down. It's unbelievable, right? So to do this, he's saying we hold all teams and all leaders to this commitment, saying that he is going to help not just him, but the entire team Xbox is going to help Activision and Blizzard make a comeback, and probably make them better than ever. They're probably going to be like better than they were before this even happened. But obviously, this is going to take time. And we're looking forward to extending our culture of proactive inclusion to the great teams across Activision Blizzard. I think that this is great. I think that this entire paragraph tells you everything you need to know about how they're going to be treating these allegations and all this chaos going in internally with these studios. And a matter of fact, when I first shared this news with you, like the fact that they were acquiring them, one of your responses was, there's probably going to be a lot of people backlashing due to, everything that happened. Well, I have to say, I really haven't seen any of that, to be honest with you. Like, I've heard more people complaining about how Xbox is going to become a monopoly than like Xbox's like supports this stuff. And it's like, no. Like, you really think Xbox is going to spend $68.7 billion to not do anything about the issue going on here? I actually think the fact that issue is going on is what I would say, like revoked, not revoked, is what made Phil Spencer be like, yo, we need to acquire these people, because this goes so much farther than IP, than revenue, than studios. This goes like the entire structure of Xbox now. But anyway, let's go back to actually, one thing I'll say. I guess let's talk about what this means, because I just said it. What this means for Xbox as a structure, right? We know that Xbox is huge on not just everything on a console, right? They honestly could care less about console sales. They care more about the ecosystem that they have and the content that they curate, right? They obviously support console, Xbox, right? They support PC, they support mobile, and they support cloud. And this is something that I think acquiring Activision Blizzard was also a huge factor in why I think Activision Blizzard is humongous for Xbox. Is we know Blizzard is one of the kings of PC. I mean, World of Warcraft alone is one of the all-time great PC games, just in player count, in revenue, in quality, honestly. So the fact that they got Blizzard, they have a big leader for PC. Sure, Blizzard also does console, but I would say nowhere as successful as PC. So they have a huge PC rep right there in Blizzard. Then, okay, let's go on to Activision. Activision is huge in the console space. They're also huge on PC, but they're also huge in the console space. In terms of sales on console, the Call of Duty franchise is always at the top. Even some of the previous year Call of Duties are always at the top. It is, I'm pretty sure, one of the highest selling franchises of all time. And so to get Activision, who loves consoles, is another huge rep for console gaming, right? So there, you have PC and console. Well, what about the mobile? They also acquired King. If you guys don't know King, Candy Crush. Candy Crush at one point was the highest revenue on mobile. King is a mobile leader in a way, right? And so to have King means their mobile just got a whole lot more serious. Their mobile plan just got a lot more complex. So I think truly what this acquisition means is it's not just for the franchises, it's not just for the IP, it's not just for more studios. It makes Xbox look good in a way that they can help the industry, help these studios not only get better with their culture and with how they internally work, but they also help Xbox as a system. with their plan for mobile, PC, console, cloud, all of that stuff. So, also something else I'd like to point out: Xbox, in a way, has kind of been rebranded. So it used to be, Xbox console, Xbox Game Pass for PC, Windows, or Microsoft Store on PC, right? xCloud, um, Xbox Game Pass for like Android or whatnot. Well, it's still Xbox, but they also have rebranded the whole ecosystem to Microsoft Gaming, right? So it's still going to be called Xbox Game Pass for PC, Xbox Game Pass for mobile, Xbox Game Pass for console. But Xbox is now under a wing of Microsoft Gaming. So is PC. PC, mobile, cloud, and console are all under Microsoft Gaming now. And Xbox is kind of just the name that everyone goes by, which is completely fine to me. I think it helps them organize and have really a much more established ecosystem as what they're trying to go for. Also, Phil Spencer got moved up from CEO of Xbox to CEO of Microsoft Gaming. So now he's in control of everything, which is great news because obviously we know how much of a great person Phil Spencer is and how much he's succeeded with Xbox. So, what do you think of everything that I've said so far? I know you're kind of sitting there, but it is. Oh boy. All right. Uh, but anyway, with all that out the way, I think let's start talking about the fun stuff, the exciting stuff. Um, what should we start with? Should we start with what kind of franchises are they dealing with now? Should we start with that? I know that's a lot of money. That's a lot. Yeah. Mhm. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. It's insane. Um but anyway, let's talk about the franchises that Xbox now owns, right? Or will own whenever the deal finalizes, right? I think the smallest one here is actually there's really no small one. So the thing is, with Bethesda, they got tons of franchises, tons of IP, right? With Activision, it's not necessarily they're getting a ton of IP, but they are getting some of the biggest in the gaming world. And let's start with Call of Duty. I mean, look, as much as you want to say Call of Duty is dried and it's boring, which I agree, I agree. Yes, it like I'll admit the last 2 to 3 have really been, I would say, bad in my opinion. Um, um, so, but you cannot ignore the history that Call of Duty has, and you can't ignore still how much revenue and sales that this company produces, or that this franchise produces, right? So let's just actually talk about Call of Duty, real quick. So I guess the first thing let's talk about. I don't even know why this is a question. Do you think Call of Duty will be exclusive to Xbox? Yeah, player bases. Yeah, maybe. So do you want me to give my opinion and what I think? Okay. So in terms of Call of Duty, we all know Call of Duty Warzone, right? That's the big Call of Duty moneymaker because it's like the most played Call of Duty of all time, Warzone, right? And it makes the most revenue due to all the in-game purchases, all the player count that it produces, right? Call of Duty Warzone remains cross-platform, and it will continuously get updated, and when every new COD comes out, Warzone will get updated on PlayStation. I'm almost confident. I'm almost 100% confident in that because think about it. With Minecraft, they left it on PlayStation and Nintendo, right? They updated it for a little while until they made a whole new Minecraft, which is Minecraft for PC or Windows, right? And so I think same thing goes for Elder Scrolls Online when they acquired Bethesda. Elder Scrolls Online has a huge community, and it's a purely online game that they need a big player count for. They kept that multi-platform and still continue to release updates and DLC for it on the other platforms. I think the same thing is going to happen with Call of Duty Warzone. It's going to remain on the other platforms, keep on releasing updates and DLC, and all the money just goes straight to Xbox. I mean, I think it's the perfect business decision. Now, however, any new Call of Duty game that comes out, exclusive to Xbox. If you want to play a core Call of Duty game, it is going to be exclusive to Xbox. I think there's no shot it goes to PlayStation or Nintendo, which Call of Duty doesn't even go to Nintendo anyway. So, it did used to, yeah, on the Wii and Wii U and all that. But I don't think there's any shot that core Call of Duty games go to PlayStation. Because here's the main reason. Yes, from a sales point, they would get more sales. But guess what? The more Game Pass subscribers, they would get even more sales. Even more than if they would just get normal sales off PlayStation. So, how do you get more Game Pass subscribers? You add value to Xbox Game Pass. And that means exclusive day one releases. Right? I think this is a no-brainer. This is the same thing that happened with Bethesda. Is everyone's like, they'll still get tons of sales on Bethesda games if they bring them to PlayStation. True, but guess what? Every Bethesda game from now on is exclusive. They've already confirmed it. Starfield's exclusive. Redfall's exclusive. Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be exclusive. I don't think there's any shot that any Activision game will be going over to PlayStation after the deal finalizes and after all contracts are complete. That being said, so Modern Warfare 2 is supposed to come out this year. That's the leaked COD game for this year. That's obviously going to PlayStation because they might not even be officially acquired by then. Next year's Call of Duty, I'm also going to say probably goes to PlayStation, but just because they're already developing it. It's already in development. They probably already have a contract of make it multi-platform, right? That's probably also going to go to PlayStation. But after that, I think 2024 Call of Duty is exclusive to Xbox. Now, this being said, this is the other piece I want to touch on, is what is the future of the COD franchise apart from not regarding exclusivity? So, for instance, in my opinion, what I think Xbox should do and what I actually think they might do once they officially acquire Activision and Blizzard, I think we're actually going to get a break of Call of Duty. Everyone's been asking for it for ages because Call of Duty has been coming out yearly for the entire last generation. We've got a new Call of Duty every single year, and it's not there's no signs of it stopping due to Activision's poor development strategy. I think we're actually going to get I think it's going to be a 1 year break from Call of Duty, right? I think I think Xbox is going to restructure the studios in a way where you don't utilize as much studios for one specific game. Because a big issue with Activision right now is Raven, Treyarch, oh my god, my voice. Beanox, Infinity Ward, High Moon Studios, Raven Software, Treyarch, all of these studios Activision has working on Call of Duty. All these studios that could be multiple more games they have working on Call of Duty. So here's what I think. I think Xbox spreads it out more evenly. I think they make it where a lot of other studios don't have to work on Call of Duty, which means they're going to take a break from Call of Duty. And this also means, is where I want to really talk about, is are we about to start seeing good Call of Duties again? Question mark? I'm not going to say anything until we really start seeing changes, but looking at Xbox's track record, they know how to make good games. And I think under the right management, under the right time frame, under the right amount of resources, which Xbox is full of that, I think we could actually start getting a lot of back. I think we're going to finally start getting high-quality COD games again. Be awesome. It is. It is. Like 2015, maybe 2014. I don't know. I don't know. I have faith that Call of Duty is actually gonna get good again, though. I really do. 2015, nice. No. Yeah. 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 Yes. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. Campaign's really good. Um, but no, I. Oh, good. Yeah. 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 It's no, I'll tell you what it is. It's people who focus strictly on competitive gaming, which is a massive part of gaming, right? And for a yearly game that basically doesn't change all that much, it honestly just gets a little worse in my opinion. It's a yearly game that they can be competitive at, um, which is, in my opinion, a bad thing. I think. Here's what I think. I think number one, they will take a at least 1 year break from Call of Duty. I think not only does the community want it, does the developers want it, I think from a business standpoint, they need it. And I think as a franchise, they need it, right? I think, second of all, I think the quality will get better. I think we will actually start getting good quality games. Because here's the issue. Activision, all they care about is sales. When was the last time they made another game apart from Tony Hawk Pro Skater Remake and Crash Bandicoot Nitro Fueled? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell. They strictly focus on Call of Duty every single year. Why? Because it's the highest selling franchise every single year. And so we know Xbox is not like that. They are not all about the money. Sure, every business is about money. It's why it's a business. But it's not to the point where they do everything for maximum profit. It's not to the point where they do everything just because it'll make them more money than if they did this one. Xbox will make sure that they do what's best for the company, for the franchise, for the studios, and for the developers, and for the community. And that's why I have a lot of faith that Call of Duty will end up getting better. Also, third, this is what I'm really excited about. For someone who buys basically every game that, like, every big game, even like small games, every single year, right? I probably buy like at least 100 games every year. That's not even a cap. That's like actually probably factual. I'm always skeptical on if I want to buy the new Call of Duty because I just feel like it gets worse every year, and I don't know how it is. I don't know if it's going to be good, right? But I still do it because I'm a freaking gamer and I buy games, right? I no longer have to do that, whether it's exclusive or not. No more paying $70 for every COD game. Day one, Xbox Game Pass. $15 a month, right? And it's one of those things, it's like, all right, yeah, we're getting more games in the Game Pass. But Call of Duty is even more special because, as we've already talked about, it is probably one of the most popular franchises of all time. In terms of player base, it is going to skyrocket. What is this? Oh, yeah, I saw this. It's kind of hilarious. Um, hopefully. Hopefully. I don't think it'll be as... I don't think they're going to do the necessary things. Oh, yeah, I saw that too. But thing is, backwards compatibility only goes far. The reason Xbox Game Pass is so good is because, number one, they release exclusive games day one. Number two, they don't even have to be exclusive. They release day one games every single month. And we've already heard that that doesn't seem to be the case for PlayStation. So I don't think it'll be as good. But I hope. Prayers up. A bunch of different subscriptions. Yeah. Yeah. Why did you wait? Did you say that you don't like Ubisoft Plus? PlayStation Now. Oh, that was just me talking about some like Ubisoft servers. Their servers are always like not the greatest. But I like Ubisoft Plus. It's overpriced, but the rumor is that it's going to be joining Xbox Game Pass soon, which I actually believe it. I believe it a lot. I mean, EA Play joined Xbox Game Pass. They just released Rainbow Six Extraction day one. It's looking like Xbox and Ubisoft have something going. So, which is crazy because that means day one Ubisoft games for the entire year. Every Ubisoft game of all time. Insane. Yeah, actually, every single Just Dance. I mean, it's actually crazy. I hope it happens. But anyway, back to what we were saying is, I think, because yes, I'm pretty positive games are going to be exclusive. I'm not just talking about COD anymore. I think every Activision and Blizzard game will be exclusive in the future, right? But even if they're not, just the inclusion of Game Pass is beyond, like, insane, beyond value. Yeah, it's so, like, here's where we're also going to be talking, because as I was just saying, Activision has been, like, for the past few years, they do not care about older franchises in IP. It's kind of like Rare in a way, right? They just want Call of Duty. They just want maximum profit with Call of Duty. They've just been focusing on Call of Duty. Where's Crash? Where's Spyro? Where's all your other IPs, right? Here's what I'm saying. Because of Xbox, how many studios they have, and how we've known them to manage these studios really, really well, we are finally going to start seeing these franchises be reborn. Very, very happy, right? I mean, this is great. In my opinion, Crash Bandicoot 4 was amazing. I loved Crash Bandicoot 4. I honestly am super excited for it to go to Xbox Game Pass eventually, because I actually want to replay it. It's it might be my favorite Crash. No cap. I love Crash Bandicoot 4. And ever since, everybody's been like, yo, let's get another one. Let's get another one. And now it actually looks possible. It actually looks possible. Oh my god, my voice is so jacked. All right, you talk about Crash and Spyro, since you love platformers. All right, so moving on to World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is really, really huge. Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to talk about Crash and Spyro? Okay, talk about whatever you want. Talk about whatever you want. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. There you go. Yeah. Every Tony Hawk is Activision. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yep. Guitar Hero is awesome. Rock Band, I'm pretty sure is Activision too. There is. Yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So this is actually something I want to talk about. Is I think, cause yes, we can all rant. Yo, Call of Duty's now an Xbox exclusive. Crash Bandicoot's an Xbox character. Spyro could finally get another game. Right. I think these franchises, as I was just saying, are it's not the most amount of franchises, but they are some of the biggest. And there's a lot of variety here. There's a lot of variety that doesn't just touch, the big triple A benchmark that most people want, right? It's the fact that there's so much variety between every single genre that somebody can get what they want. And with these IPs, they can, yes, produce more in the series, which is what a lot of people want. But then there's also the question of what kind of new IP. And as we know, Xbox loves their new IP, which is something I truly, truly love about Xbox, is they are not afraid of new IP. Half of the games that they have announced is new IP, and that's no cap. That, it's actually insane how much new IP they have. And so just having Activision and Blizzard, they have some of the best. When they do new IPs, they're always insane. Think about it. Overwatch was their last new IP. That was 2015, 2016. We all know how that went. Overwatch is like one of the biggest games of last generation in terms of esports, in terms of player count, in terms of sales. Overwatch was $60 for like 5 years. It's insane. So when we can get Blizzard and Activision new IPs, that's exciting because if you think about it, all these studios that have been working on Call of Duty, been stuck in this loop of Call of Duty, can now branch out and do so much things. And that's the thing, is yes, Call of Duty's been getting worse and worse. That's not due to the developers. That's due to Activision's poor management of these studios. We know Raven Software, for one, is amazing. Raven Software is super skilled. We know Treyarch. Treyarch is the masters of Call of Duty Zombies, right? In my opinion, they've produced the best Call of Duty Zombies, by a long shot. Yes, I'm always zombies. I always care more about zombies than anything. They do. In a matter of fact, the only thing that I somewhat thought was good about Vanguard, like there was a little bit of enjoyment there, was zombies. Do I think the zombies was great? No. But in terms of the entire game, from what I've played of Vanguard, I like if I really wanted to, I could play the Vanguard zombies. Like there are some elements there that I really did enjoy, but still, due to poor management, they were kind of forced to do things that they didn't want to. And what Phil Spencer said, they want to enable creative success, which is exactly why there's so much potential for all these franchises, not just Call of Duty, right? And here's the other thing, is this opens up so much possibilities for video games from Xbox as a whole. This is the thing that I really, really want to talk about, is there are so many different genres here. So many different genres. First person competitive shooter. Online MMO. Mobile puzzle. Tony Hawk sport. Diablo, like isometric, like looter game. Overwatch, another first person shooter, but completely different than Call of Duty, right? Spyro, uh, a a platformer. Hearthstone. I honestly don't have any idea what this is. Hold on. Watch me know it as soon as I look. Oh, it's a MOBA. I think it's no. This is a card game. Oh, interesting. Wow. So that even brings my point even further is card board game right there. Guitar Hero, a music interactive game right there. Crash Bandicoot, another platformer, a fast-paced platformer. I'll even say StarCraft, an RPG, right? Insane amount of genres. Okay, then chuck on maybe a couple of new IPs that I almost guarantee you we're gonna get eventually. Even more genres. Here's something that someone brought up that is very likely and very, very exciting. And in my opinion, if this does come to tuition, I think Xbox has the master plan. Is if you really think, which is I'm finally going to switch slides here. If you really think of all the franchises they have, there is a good possibility we get a big game of every genre once a year. If you think about just first-person shooters, first of all, because they have a lot of those, Doom, Call of Duty, Halo, Wolfenstein, right? The list can go on and on, too. There's a lot of different things that we can talk about. RPGs is their biggest genre here. Starfield, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, oh my gosh, I can't even think of I can't even see, there's so many pictures, it's hard to wrap my head around things. Oh yeah, Stalker's another first person shooter. That'll probably be this year's big first person shooter. Avowed RPG, Fable's an RPG. Another first person shooter is Perfect Dark. That's another huge one, right? Then let's go to third person shooters. We got Gears of War is a big one, right? Gears of War is their main third person shooter. That's one thing that they kind of need more of is third person shooters. I think Redfall is going to be a third person shooter if I'm correct about that. Oh no, yeah, another first person shooter, Overwatch. We literally just talked about that. Overwatch will be another first person shooter. There is literally so much possibility. Then let's talk about third-person narratives, right? We got Hellblade 2. We got Everwild. We got Ghostwire Tokyo is another first-person shooter. We also have Deathloop this year coming to Xbox. Let's see, what are they? State of Decay is a third-person game. I forgot about that one. Then let's talk about platformers. Crash. Psychonauts, Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro, whatever new IP they come out. Plus, you have to think, new IPs. You have to take in consideration anything could happen with new IPs. Then let's talk about, some more or less isometric games or puzzle games. You got Diablo, right? You got Wasteland, which is actually an RPG. It's just insane. You're gonna have World at Warcraft. You're gonna have StarCraft as well, and then you have fun games just creative games like Minecraft. Yes, you even got tycoon games, simulation games, Flight Simulator, Age of Empires, right? You got horror games like Prey and Evil Within. There is genres for everything with Xbox, which is actually another reason why this Activision Blizzard acquisition is massive. It's not just about, getting more exclusive. It's about making a rock solid, incredible system, which is, I think, what is going to take Xbox places, man, places. Yes. Oh, I even missed one. If you're looking for sports or racing, you got that. We got Forza. We got Forza. It's it's crazy. So something else I also want to point out right here. Um, this one right here. Do you know what this one is? Oh wait. Uh, there. Can you see it? Okay. Well, I'll tell you. This is Xbox Game Studios Publishing, where they partner up with third party and release Xbox exclusives. Anything could happen. We already know of Contraband. We know of tons of side scrollers. We know tons of other games that are coming exclusive to Xbox that aren't necessarily first party, right? There is still so much to come. And then of course you have Xbox Game Pass that continuously releases day one games of complete variety. Like for instance, just today, 3 different day one releases are happening. Nobody Saves the World, which is like a top-down action adventure game. It's like an animated indie studio game, right? Then you also got the Hitman Trilogy, a stealth third-person story-driven game. Then you also got Rainbow Six Extraction, co-op, online multiplayer, first-person shooter. In my opinion, the thing that really makes Xbox stand out from everything else is what Austin said earlier. Variety. Variety. And I think Activision and Blizzard help this more than ever. More than ever. Now, now that we've, talked about a lot of games, do you want to talk about any franchises or games, is particularly just, talking about games, like what, like some pipe dreams or whatnot? Um, Quality above everything else. Quality. Yes. Yeah. No, no. Actually, if you look at this picture, there's tons of new IP. Avowed, Everwild, Ghostwire Tokyo. Who knows? Hopefully, Contraband. Yeah, it's insane. Starfield, Redfall. Dude, so many new IPs. It's insane. But I mean, I'll go ahead and share some of my pipe dreams. Right. Number one, honestly, someone brought this up on Twitter. Either there's two options that I would love: an Xbox kart racer or an Xbox Smash Bros. They have the IP to do it now. I think the fighter would probably work best. I don't know how you're gonna fit some of these characters in carts, like Master Chief. I guess you could fit him in a car, but like, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, is one of a kind. I see what you did there. Smash Ultimate. Ha, ha. Oh. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. Oh, I love that game. Actually, oh, I want them to make another one so bad. That'd be awesome. Yes, agreed. Who was your main in that one? Who's your main? My main was really weird. My, I'll say that. No, it was the Skelly boy. The Skelly boy. I don't know his name. It was like some kind of fancy name or something. Sir Daniel Fortesque. Yeah, it's Sir Daniel Fortesque is his name. Yeah, he was my main. Kratos was also alright. Kratos was also alright. Oh yeah, Sackboy was in it. Um, but no, so I don't know. A cool Xbox game with a ton of characters would be interesting. I just don't know how they would do it. But anyway, let me talk about actual pipe dreams here. I'm gonna talk about Activision and Blizzard first, right? Um, Crash 5. I want Crash 5. I want Crash 5. I want another Spyro game. Those are like two that I really really want. Okay. Yes. So, so, sorry. I just thought of something that I read earlier. Uh, Someone said, "Are we about to get Skylanders, but with Xbox characters? Like buy Master Chief and you use him in a game? That would be hilarious. Because Activision owns Skylanders, so like, oh no, it is. That franchise has literally been like dead. Like I don't even think they like support the servers anymore. Like it's completely dead. But like I don't know, it'd be interesting. Other pipe dreams. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 either remake or remastered. I'm leaning towards remaster just because remakes are always scary. Remakes could end up being amazing, but then they could also change some things that we don't like. Exactly. So I think a remaster is the best move. I think BO2 remaster would be amazing. Straight one, day one to Game Pass. Awesome. Minecraft 2. Um, here's what I will say is I'm gonna put money on it right now. Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are gonna be Xbox exclusive. Those games have already been announced. The games have already been announced. I think they're actually gonna make that Xbox exclusives. So I think anybody who was looking forward to Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4, you might want to look into either getting an Xbox or if you have PC or buy Game Pass for mobile because I'm pretty confident those are going to be exclusive to Xbox. Speaking of that, last year, I like the end of the year, like October maybe, Blizzard announced that they actually delayed Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 to 2023. Now everyone's thinking, was that actually due to development issues or was that because of they knew this was going to happen, right? Either way, I think it's going to get delayed even more now. I think it's not going to come out until 2024 because now with Xbox's funding, resources, management, they're going to try to make those two as best as possible. Think about no, that's not going to happen. If it you know why? You know why? Think about Psychonauts 2. That game was in development for like 2 years. And then once Xbox acquired them, changes were made to the game. Like, they delayed the game for like 2 years. They re-added so much more content. They made it way more polished. Think about that, Psychonauts 2. Like, it's a perfect example of games in mid-development. When they get acquired by Xbox, they just get better. But no, there's so much to look into with this, man. It's it's just insane. It's actually insane. But some things that one thing I'll just show is, Phil Spencer knows what he's doing when in the article that he wrote about how he's gonna help the dignity and respect, and that he wants his team to be committed and everything. He posted a picture of the gaming leadership team on Xbox in the same article. And so, I mean, if you want to look through all this, you can. Two big names pop for me. Obviously, Phil Spencer, but then Sarah Bond. These two right here are my two favorite executives at Xbox. I just love what they're doing. Like, hopes are high, like, in terms of company and industry and internally with the studios. The franchises and games will like remain to be like seen, like how all that's gonna work. But do you have anything else you want to talk about Activision and Blizzard, or what's up? Yeah. Yeah. Um. So for our next part, I'm gonna go back here to the franchise. Remember when we were talking about how they have almost every single genre? They're missing one genre: Japanese games. Which leads me to what is next for Xbox. I know this whole Activision thing just happened, but it's always good. It's always fun to look into the future and what could possibly happen. Before this Activision Blizzard thing came out, everyone was way high on saying that Xbox was going to acquire either Square, Capcom, or Sega, because they've been saying they are trying to push for more Japanese games on Xbox. What better way than, well, acquiring a massive Japanese publisher and development teams? In my personal opinion, the one that I want them to acquire the most is either Square or Sega. But I think those are the two least likely, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sort of. Judgments for all. Judgments for all. Except Switch. Um, yeah, I agree. Also, you have to think if Capcom happens, it's gonna be weird for Nintendo because they've been making Monster Hunter like exclusive as crap to Nintendo. So like that would be interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's take a look. They obviously bought Activision Blizzard for 68.7 billion. They could buy Sega, Capcom, Square Enix, Ubisoft, Bandai Namco, and Take Two for less than Activision Blizzard. That's stupid. That's like ridiculous. I'm gonna say, I think out of this whole list, right, the top three most likely companies to be bought next by Xbox. Number one, I think I'm actually gonna give it to Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft, yes, which would be amazing because I love Ubisoft. I just wish their servers were better. But hey, you never know. Xbox could fix it. You never know. Next, I would say EA. Then I would say Capcom. I think those are the top three. For a couple of reasons. Number one, Ubisoft has been partnering with Xbox a lot. They're bringing Ubisoft Plus to Xbox, not Xbox Game Pass, just Xbox as a platform. So if you want to get Ubisoft Plus on Xbox, you now can soon. It's $15 a month, which is really stupid. But I think if that goes well, if bringing it to Xbox goes well, then they're gonna add it to Xbox Game Pass, which is gonna be insane. Um, and they just released Rainbow Six Extraction day one into Game Pass. So I think Xbox acquiring Ubisoft just seems so likely at the time being right now. Next, I would say EA. EA Play obviously was added to, added to Xbox Game Pass in 2020. It's been amazing in Xbox Game Pass, and they specifically got marketing rights for Battlefield 2042. So I think their relationship is also really, really good. Here's what I'll say about EA. Do I think it'll happen anytime soon? No. Do I think it'll happen eventually? Yes. I think once the deal or contract expires for EA Play in Xbox Game Pass, that is when they're gonna write the check. I think once EA Play leaves Xbox Game Pass, they're gonna be like, all right, you guys have helped gain subscribers for Xbox Game Pass, but now you are just gonna join Team Xbox. Yeah, so I think that's very likely. And then Capcom, obviously, because they need Japanese. I think for sure the next acquisition is gonna be some type of Japanese. They need something Japanese. It would reach so many more gamers. It would reach a whole new part of the industry, and which is something Xbox desperately needs. I think that is their one weakness is Japanese game. Now, Is that to say Xbox doesn't have any Japanese games? First party, yes, they do not have. I don't think any Japanese first party going on. But Xbox Game Pass has been getting a lot more Japanese games recently. Um, I mean, just think about it. At one point, every Yakuza game was in Game Pass. They got Nier Automata. You have Final Fantasy that was in there for a little while. There, yes, and so there is a lot of Japanese in Xbox Game Pass. But what about that first party output? That is what we need more Japanese for. So I don't know. It's interesting, man. It's interesting to see where it's gonna go. But do you have anything else to say? I do. That'd be awesome. That'd be amazing. I'll tell you what. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I I'll tell you this: if they acquire Konami, everyone's in trouble because, okay, yes, Konami has been out of the like gaming world for a while now. Like, yes, they still release games, but they're like really tiny games. Like they really don't publish, like big AAA games anymore. But if you look at some of their IP and they actually start releasing games again, Konami is massive. Konami, just for one of them, one IP that is devastating to every other platform, Metal Gear. Metal Gear would actually blow up the gaming world. So if it's Konami, by God, people take shelter. Twitter's going ham. Yo, what if they buy two? What if they just buy multiple? Nah, I don't think they can afford Valve. If I'm being honest with you, maybe you have to think they own Steam. Steam's like 10 billion. Oh my God, it's actually possible. Nah, I don't think. Okay, even though they can't afford Valve, it's also the company's decision. Do they even want to be acquired? Right? Um. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God. I think Square Enix would like 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 I know I always say I hate console wars and I think it's stupid, but like if they acquire Square Enix, I think it's over. Like I think I actually think it like I don't know how they're gonna. Honestly, this goes for any of the three. If they actually acquire any of the three, I actually think they're unstoppable. Kojima Productions, but not like they release a ton of games. But I mean, it would be huge. But so yeah, this is also the next part I want to bring up. Actually, first I'm gonna say this for because Twitter's been like, "Yo, PlayStation's about to do something big because they have to fire back." Xbox is just gonna go ham on Studio. As much as yes, we think acquisitions are gonna be happening more now, right? You have to think for these big acquisitions, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be a while. Like I probably won't. I don't expect another huge acquisition like Activision Blizzard until at least the second half of this year. That being said, yes, I agree. I agree. So here's what I think is something that I also really want Xbox to do, which they have done a lot. It's just the last two acquisitions haven't been that. Is I want more independent studios to be acquired. Um, this could be, studios like Obsidian, like World's Edge, like Double Fine, like Rare, like 343, Playground Game, all that stuff, right? But what if they acquire some Japanese indie studios? That could also be really, really good, right? I think we're actually gonna see at least one indie acquisition this year for Xbox. Um, the question is, how many will we actually get? Um, but I actually think that this year they're gonna acquire a lot. Um, Especially with this Activision and Blizzard opening up so many doors with not just console and not just exclusives, but PC gaming, cloud gaming, mobile. That they're gonna want even more content to share with these platforms. So, oh, ooh, actually, it did go to Game Pass. That would be insane. Death Door just went to Game Pass today. Actually, Death Door just went to Game Pass today. Amazing game, by the way. Amazing game. Acid Nerve is the studio behind Death Door. If that's what you're looking for. Oh. Oh my. Oh. Devolver question mark? Can you imagine if they. Can you. Actually, why is that not even on this list? Oh my god. Actually, if can you imagine Devolver? You know how many studios they have? Oh my god. would be massive. Yes, that's a lot of potential. Um, mhm. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. I the the thing that opens up is I'm not gonna say if they got Devolver, expect a lot of AAA games, expect like a lot of big franchises. That's not really what Devolver's known for. They're known for smaller, but like so much variety games. Like for instance, like they just do whatever they want. They literally just partner with so many indie studios. It's ridiculous. No. Yeah. They they release tons of games. So if that was the case, expect a ton of Game Pass day 1 games. Like honestly, that's a great move for Xbox. If they really want a lot more day 1 games, Devolver. Devolver is huge. Um, some other studio that I think would be like insanely massive. It's not one I would necessarily be like crazy about, but Take Two. I don't want them either, but it would be massive just due to the things they have. But yeah, I know. Yeah. Yo, can you imagine if they acquired EA? Hazelight is an Xbox studio. Yeah, that would be insane. Titanfall 3 Xbox exclusive. No, if that's never gonna happen. Yeah. It's crazy. There are so many possibilities, guys. But I know, right? Dude, isn't like acquisition so exciting? To be honest with you, um, they are. I think something that we should probably talk about is I have a feeling PlayStation is gonna answer back in some way. I don't think it's gonna be any massive studio. I just don't think PlayStation has the funding for that. Um, that being said, I think they are gonna acquire some studios like they did House Marquee and Blue Point. So I would expect some PlayStation acquisitions throughout the year as well. So Ember Lab, be awesome. Yep, yep. Agreed, agreed. Yes, yes, agreed, agreed. Oh yeah. Thing is, it has a chance to be banger. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing is Bandai Namco partners with so many other companies. It's like how would that work with Xbox? Because they partner with Nintendo a lot. They partner with PlayStation a lot. They partner with Square Enix. They partner with Ubisoft. It's like, how would that impact the way Xbox does things? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Phil Spencer at his desk being like, more, more, more. He's crazy, man. Um, can you? No. They have their own thing. In my opinion, I don't think Nintendo's in the mix at all. I think not like if I mean like yeah. So here's yeah. Yeah, here's what I'm trying to say. It's not because the way I said that, I don't think they're in the mix at all. I'm not saying like Xbox, PlayStation are levels ahead. I'm saying Nintendo is so different and so in their own like section of gaming that like it's really hard to compare to PlayStation and Xbox. So in my opinion, when it comes down to console wars, in my opinion, it's just Xbox and PlayStation. I don't think Nintendo has anything to do with PlayStation or Xbox. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. They have like they have like 12. I thought it was like 12. Yeah. 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 I mean, I like what they're doing with Arceus. Credit where credit's due. They're like taking Pokemon in an entirely new direction. I just wish they would do that with more, and wouldn't take so long. Yeah. No. Nope. Here's what I will say. I This is a point I forgot to bring up whenever we were talking about franchises and development on games for the future of Xbox is with this Activision and Blizzard acquisition. Like I've said, there's a lot of support studios now, which could mean faster production with some of the already existing studios. So, let's say Double Fine is actually working on a banjo game. They could slap a support studio on that and even develop faster and possibly even better. Honestly, no, it's because you have to think if Raven and Treyarch, yes, they're known for Call of Duty because they've always been under Activision. Thing is, Activision is no longer a part of that. These studios now, like Raven and Treyarch, they're no longer Activision studios. They're Xbox studios, which means they share the same IP and same franchises as the rest of the company. So if they wanted to, the studio behind Crash Bandicoot could make a new Banjo game, right? The studio behind Spyro could do a new Banjo game. It's these things like, okay, yeah, this is Activision Studio. They can only work on Activision IP. No, 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 no. Xbox shares this IP across their entire company now. Raven is no longer an Activision Studio. They're an Activision Studio until it finalizes, until the acquisition finalizes. Then they are an Xbox Studio. Right, right. So, yeah, I honestly am telling you this also because I know we always talk about this. It may not seem like it, but the chances of Banjo is very high. I wouldn't be surprised if it's already in development. All right, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, because you've always been able to? I have it installed right now, too. No. I tried earlier. It didn't work. I would install it, though. That way you don't have to install it, like, whenever you get home or anything. I mean, you might be. It might release at 9, to be honest. Some games do release at 9. This is a crazy news story, man. Like, I'm telling you, this is one of the biggest news of all time. Sega. I think Sega is the best possible acquisition. Not just for Xbox, but for Sega as well. Yes. 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 It's hard to like put into words, but Square Enix could be its own platform if they wanted to. They have a ton of studios. They produce multiple games a year, right? Yeah. Sega, they maybe release 2 games a year, if that, 2 or 3, maybe. And even then, sometimes they're like really, really good. Sometimes they're just, good. There have been like a couple of like straight up misses, like this 2 point thing that they got going on, or the Olympics that they released this year. I think under proper management, yearly bangers, multiple yearly bangers. Also, I think I don't. It's so hard to put into words, but like I was gonna say, like I think the IP is stronger with Sega than it is Square, only because that those specific IPs would work better under the Xbox ecosystem. Like for instance, even though I love Final Fantasy, I have a rough time seeing Final Fantasy in the Xbox ecosystem. Right? I have a hard time seeing like what are some of their other things? What? What did you say? Yeah, Square Enix, yeah. Oh yeah, I see a hard time Kingdom Hearts like fitting into the Xbox ecosystem. Um that being said, I think it could work, but I think cuz if I think like I could actually see Sonic in the Xbox ecosystem. Like I can see Yakuza as an Xbox franchise. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Ryuga Gotoku. Ryuga Gotoku. Ryuga Gotoku. Yeah. Atlas, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I I I struggle to see Capcom, to be honest with you. I don't either. I agree. I think I personally don't see Resident Evil fitting. I see Final Fantasy more than Resident Evil fitting into the Xbox ecosystem. I personally cannot at all. The thing is, Monster Hunter, I don't see Xbox in that at all either. Um, I would too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here, I yeah, yeah. Here's here's yeah. Here's an interesting take on it. Is in Japan, Sega is one of the top publishers, right? If you look at Yakuza and Persona, those franchises sell butt ton in Japan, right? So if you look at it from a Sega perspective, they want to reach out more from Japan, reach to US, reach to Europe, reach to Australia. I don't know, some other Canada, right? Xbox wants to reach more into Japan. So it's like those two could kind of just really bring it worldwide, in my opinion. Um, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sega's huge. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. 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 And the right contract. Yeah, yeah. Off the topic. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm honestly rooting for either. I'm rooting for Sega, Square, or Konami. I'm not rooting for Capcom, but if it happens, I'll be, I guess, happy, but like, true. I mean, if you think about it, we could finally get Street Fighter 6 as an Xbox exclusive. Right. Dead Rising could come back. Yeah, no. Here's what I'll say. This is completely off topic from Japanese studios. I think out of any studio that Xbox could acquire, I think the one that would fit best, keyword fit, Ubisoft. In my, like, for some reason, this isn't me just trying to prove my point. This is like actual experience I've had. When I look at Assassin's Creed, I always see Xbox with it. I'm not just saying my own mental thing. When I look at GameStop ads or when I watch like ads on YouTube, it always flashes Xbox and then it shows an Assassin's Creed trailer. PlayStation never markets Assassin's Creed. Xbox markets so much of Ubisoft. Xbox is like Ubisoft's favorite platform for marketing. So like I just see it fitting so well. Fit, yes. They fit like a glove. Yes. Like when I think For Honor, Riders Republic, Assassin's Creed, Tom Clancy, I'm sorry, like I just see Xbox. I always get them for Xbox because it just seems like the best platform to have it on. And especially now with Rainbow Six Extraction going to Game Pass, it's even more likely. For Honor's already on Game Pass. Tom Clancy, man, it's really crazy, man. With them bringing Ubisoft Plus to Xbox, that means something. That means something. What is Austin doing? He's like walking around his room. But anyway, there was a lot to talk about, guys. You guys need to let us know, man. What do you guys think about this Activision and Blizzard acquisition? I think it's the biggest gaming news debatably of all time. I mean, it's name me one other thing that's bigger than this, that has more implications on the industry than this, man. It's ridiculous. And what acquisitions do you want to see next? That's something else we need to talk about is monopoly and competition. I've seen a lot of people complaining about, Xbox is going to become a monopoly, which basically means they're going to reach a point where there's no competition. There is still plenty of competition, guys. There is still plenty of competition. I mean, just look at PlayStation. They're still the highest revenue in gaming industry for a reason, because they can compete. So, yeah. But with that said, I think that is going to do it for the podcast. My voice is like gone almost. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like in the comment section down below provided, and please subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. G.A.M.E.R out. Take it easy. Peace. Cut, guys. I'm going to say peace, and then it's going to jump to this. I just thought of a company that has been highly rumored to be acquired by Xbox. And that is my personal most wanted now that I think about it. Like, I would absolutely lose my mind if this company is acquired. Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't on this list, and I can't believe it. Warner Brothers Games. I think it not only is it the most likely, I think it would be amazing. Oh my God, can you imagine the possibilities of Warner Brothers Games? We completely forgot about it. It never came up in conversation. It wasn't on the list. I don't know why.